Okay, so this is my Sunday breakdown for May 11th. Um, Starting with Euro PLN right now. We're on the way, but weekly and daily are not in sync. So this is a pass for now. Weekly is bullish, daily is bearish. Next, we have USD ZAR. We have a lot of sideways movement here. I highlighted my time frame. Well, I didn't really highlight the time frame. I just didn't like this weekly sideways movement here. And I highlighted here the sideways movement happening, but I wanted to see the price either go below or above these two yellow lines here for me to consider it. But right now it's just having the sideways movement that I just don't like. CHF JPY having that same sideways movement here, as you can see on the weekly. I don't want to trade within this time here. It's just not very clear structure for me. Next, we have Euro JPY. We'll be looking for buys, but right now we don't have a clear take profit. We have one structure point here, and another there, and it just looks too unclear for me, so I'm not really sure on getting into the trade there. Next, we have Euro CHF. We have price on the way here to this structure point, but right now we're just two time frames not in sync. We want these time frames to be in agreement right now, and I would count that as a structure point shift. Although some people may not, I would count that as a structure point shift. So pass there. NZD CHF, we're waiting for retracement of this weekly. We want to see price come up here a little bit higher because right now we're just too far from any sensible AOIs on the weekly. So yeah, we want price to come up a little bit higher. GBP looks like we're on the way right now to this area of interest, but currently not in sync with the daily. So I would count that as a structure point. We want to wait until we come a little bit higher. NZD CAD, there's another one here where the weekly and the weekly higher low and higher higher, just too far apart with a lot of sideways movement. So we're just going to avoid that internal structure. Same thing here, but as you can see, it's happening on the daily. I just didn't like this internal structure happening in here. Yeah, and this sideways movement happening again, but you can clearly see it on the daily here on GJ. Next, we have AUD NZD. Same thing, as you can see, clearly happening on the weekly here with this lower high, lower low now, and then you have this sideways movement. AUD CHF, we're looking for sales, but right now we're too far from our weekly AOI. Euro CAD, right now we're just looking for a little bit more clear structure on Euro CAD, and currently we're not in sync. Weekly is bullish, daily is bearish. As you can see there, we had our structure shift right about there. So daily is bearish, weekly is bullish. Euro USD, we're not in sync right now. We would be looking for a counter trend right where this, right around where this orange line would be, with this next structure point would be. But it looks like we've already weekly kind of tapped in there. And then also we're just too close. It's just not a clear structure, a clear trade for me. I would like to take a counter trend if we were maybe up here. That would make more sense. If price was like right there, then I look for the counter trend back there. But since it's not, then we're just not going to take it because weekly is bullish, daily is bearish, so they're not in sync. GBP AUD not in sync as well. USD SGD, we're looking for sales. We're a little too far from our weekly area of interest, which is up here. So we're at this lower low. We need to see price come back. Once we see price come back, maybe it'll make a shift, and then weekly and daily will be in sync, and we'll look to take sales. USD SEK, we're at the lower low. Need price to come back up higher. USD CAD, same thing. Need price to come back higher. I'm really looking forward to this trade here. If price comes back up a little bit higher, but right now, weekly is bearish. Daily, I will count this as a shift. Daily is bullish, so not in sync. GBP CAD, right now we'll be looking for buys. Although the structure looks like it's going sideways, it actually does look like it's here. It's better clear to see here on the weekly. Price does look like it's bullish. So weekly is bullish, daily is bearish, but I didn't like how this structure here just looks unclear. And this can possibly still be, let's see, technically, yeah, this could be bullish, but right now it's bearish. We want to see a structure shift, but even if we have that structure shift, we're really close, right? We're really close to this higher high. So prices, the structure is not clear, not sure. Doesn't look like a clear trade is in there. Next, we have GBP NZD. GBP NZD right now, there's no clear AOIs here on this weekly, so we're going to pass. We'll be looking for sales there. Euro NOK. So Euro NOK right now, price just looks sideways here on the weekly. I was drawing up an AOI there. That would be an AOI, but right now it just looks like price is going sideways. So until we come back and we break above this higher level or this lower level, I won't be looking for trades there. This price just looks too messy. USD MXN, we're waiting for a deeper pullback. I want to see price come back up into this weekly AOI. Euro NZD, I'm looking for more clear AUIs. I don't see any AOIs in this weekly time frame, so pass. Euro AUD, I'm looking for, again, price to be a little bit more clear. Structure is not clear. If we're looking for buys, then we need price to come back down a little bit closer. So we'll say waiting for want weekly retracement. I don't know why the computer is being slow right now. Okay, so those are the pairs that I'm not taking this week. Now, for this week, what do I have lined up for this week here? Starting with the USD NOK. So right now we're waiting for a 4-hour shift, looking for sales. I have my alert on. So as soon as we have this shift down here, weekly sales, then I'll be looking for a sell, and then my take profit will be this next structure point. Let me just show you here. Next structure point right there. Okay. All right. Next, we have AUD USD. AUD USD, we're looking for buys. We're just needing a, we've already had our weekly and daily retracement. We're just now looking for a 4-hour structure shift. We have our alert on right there. GBP USD. Now this is more of an accumulative sell. Oh, cumulative buy. This is actually a counter sell. What am I talking about? A counter sell. And this is we're just waiting for accumulation. I'm going to move this up into my accumulation category. But GBP USD, you can see we had this pullback on the 4-hour, and then all we're doing is we're just waiting for more accumulation. This is just not enough accumulation for me. I want to see more accumulation, more points of equilibrium where price is hitting equilibrium. Then I'll look to get in there. So let me move this. That was GU. I'll move that to that section, and then I'll take this off there. Okay, next. USD CNH. USD CNH right now, we are waiting for a daily structure shift because right now we are currently bearish and weekly is bullish. This is a whole bullish time frame right here, I would consider. So until we may have, what we may have is a daily shift right up here. I'm not going to put my alert on, but I'll just check back in a few days and see if it actually shifts, and then we'll start looking for buys. Euro SEK, currently we are looking for buys. We're waiting for a clear daily structure shift though. All right, so our take profit would be here, right? But we would need to see a clear daily structure shift. Since this would be the lower low, this will be the lower high. I want to see price shift there, so I'll come back and I'll check that another day. AED JPY, currently we're looking for buys. Oh, hold on. AED JPY, are we currently looking for buys? No, AED JPY, we're currently looking for sells. So you see we've had that retracement of the weekly, we had that retracement of the daily, but currently we just need to see a structure shift. Now, the structure shift won't be until we get down here. then we'll actually look for it. But that'll be convincing because you can see the previous trade I have. I just like to keep these what are these called? The position markers there just to show my previous trade that I was in, previous trade, just to see where price is at currently. And you can see that price, aggressively went bullish when I thought I was going to go bearish there. So that just goes to let me know what price may do when it gets back to this area of interest. It may do the same thing. This may be the higher high, then this may be the higher low to make another higher high. So, and I don't think that it made a higher high just yet, not clearly. So, yeah, so right now we're just looking for sales, but sales are going to be way down here. That's going to be a convincing enough trade to take sales. And that can happen. That could definitely happen this week. NZD USD. So we're currently looking for buys in NZD USD. We're having a pullback on the weekly, the daily as well. But we're going to need to see a structure shift because we're currently bearish on the daily. Our take profit would be here. So we just need to see a structure shift on the daily, which will be here. We'll come back for that one. Euro GBP, currently we're looking for buys. We're looking for a structure shift as well. Same thing as NZD USD. We just need to see that structure shift, which can happen right here. Okay, so we need that structure shift right there. Because I count, like some people probably wouldn't count that as a structure shift, but I count that as a structure shift right there. It's just a convincing enough pullback. All right, next we have USD CHF. USD CHF, currently we're on the way to this weekly area of interest. Once we get there, we'll be looking for a daily pullback. This is a counter buy, actually. So we're looking for a price to hit this area, and then we'll probably be looking for something different. But right now, this is one that we were successful in last week. It helped us pass 2 phase ones. So what we'll be looking for is a daily. I want to see a daily pullback before I get back into this one here. No pun intended. I want to see a pullback, a complete pullback, because we have an indecision here at the daily. So once I see this pullback, then what I'll be looking for is a 4-hour area of interest. Once I look for that, then boom, boom, boom. All right. Y'all, the real ones know what boom, boom, boom means. Okay, next we have Euro SGD. We're currently at this weekly area of interest. Don't mind this. I like to keep this. This was years ago when I started trading. This just shows me the nonsense that I had going on. But here we have this weekly pullback in this area of interest. We're looking for buys. Currently, we're at this area of interest, but we just had to shift the structure. So we're just looking for a daily shift of structure, which can happen this week very easily. Okay, the next day, well, tomorrow, if it doesn't happen on Sunday, then it can happen on Monday or Tuesday, I assume. That's why I pushed this one up a little bit higher. Just looking for a 4-hour structure shift here, and then we'll be looking for sales. This is AUD CAD, so we'll be looking for sales. And then the take profit would be down here, actually. Your take profit would be down here. That would be a good sell. And then for Sunday, I have nothing there. But Sunday and accumulation day are pretty much the same. Accumulation day, I just pushed up a little bit higher in priority. GBP USD, we already talked about that. Looking for the counter sale, just waiting for the accumulation, some sort of accumulation here. I don't really think this is a convincing enough accumulation. That's why I didn't count it. Next, we have our accumulation zone that we did draw up here. We're looking for buys here for CAD JPY. I have it set here, so you may assume that the accumulation zone should be here at this actual equilibrium point, the structure point. But I had to draw it up here because what I did was I took my tool and I just found more areas of bounce here for the last 2 days. And I like this area. So that's kind of like my refined accumulation zone. So what I'll do is I'll look for a break here. I don't really count this as a break. Because as you can see, we have one bullish candle and then we're met with 2 bearish candles. It wasn't like a clear definitive break. along with this one here, we were met with a bearish candle, and then another bearish candle brought us back down to this area of interest. So I want to see a clear break, like two or one strong, really strong bullish candle that has a weak, bearish candle. I just think that this one here is just not a clear. I want to see a very clear break first before I look for boom, boom, boom. The real ones know what boom, boom, boom means. This is what I mean. This is more of a clear break right here. We have one bullish candle, then another, even though that's kind of a weak candle, but it's still a confirmational candle for me because we have two there. So at least one more than this push, this bullish push. So we're going to be looking for next a bearish candle for a retracement. Last but not least, we have NZD-JPY. We're looking for this break here and boom, boom, boom. Okay, so, and this is an example of a clear accumulation that I like to see right there. And I think this is going to be good. Our take profit is going to be up here, way up here. I like this. All right, so that is my Sunday breakdown for May 11th, the week of May 11th. Let's go. Let's be great. Let's make this money. Peace.